My book, Giving Yourself to Life, a journal of pain, hope and renewal, began unexpectedly. I am a biographer and a teacher of life writing and was engaged on another project writing about memoir when, seeking help for a maddening and baffling pain in my sciatic nerve, I agreed to an operation. I thought this would fix the problem. I didn't know then that I had a chronic neuropathic pain condition and that surgery would aggravate the symptoms and make things worse. On the day following the operation, my friend visited with a gift. It was a journal. She said, "Write, Deborah, write your way through." Could I write through the fog? My system was compromised with so many anaesthetizing drugs I wasn't sure. But I wrote 3 lines on that day, and the next day some more, and on the following more again. And as I was writing, I was gathering together all the pains and losses that had perplexed me through my life. I was writing about the deaths of my brother and father when I was a small child, and the impact of that loss on my mother and the wider family. I was writing too about my hometown, Christchurch, and a series of shocking and catastrophic earthquakes that had devastated the city. There are aftershocks that continue to shake the city even to this day. I was worried for my mother and my friends. I was worried too about the fate of heritage buildings. Earlier in my career I had written about a number of them, and now they were crumbling, falling, being swept away by the bulldozers. So I was writing to record and remember, lest we forget. In the process, I found my distress easing. I felt calmer. This is something I have noticed in my teaching. People come to my courses because they want to write the stories of their lives. They want to write about childhood, about defining moments, about the things that changed them, people who made a difference. They want to write about adventure, about friendship and laughter and love and loss too. And I found that when people are given the right encouragement and a writing technique to release the flow of words, they write powerfully about the things that matter most. And in this way they are integrating their experience. And when this resonates with others, there is deep satisfaction about being able to articulate the stories. Then we are more receptive to the moment that is unfolding before us right now. When I am troubled, I go looking for answers in the books. While there was a wealth of books written from a medical and health perspective and eloquent memoirs written after the nightmare was over, I yearned for a writer to describe what it feels like to be ploughing through pain and managing to hang on. I wanted that writer to offer hope. So my book began in that place, and as I continued writing, I recognized the universal relevance, because this book is really about learning how to live fully in the moment amidst all the sufferings we as human beings encounter on a life path. In the time immediately following my surgery, I was confined to my home in the world beyond my windows, my garden, and the creatures that live there. Writing in my journal each day, I was attending to the moment and to the beauty of nature, to the colour and passion of passing seasons. My journal is written over 12 months, beginning in winter, through spring, summer, autumn, and returning to winter. I was describing flowers, butterflies, trees, birds, light, atmosphere, the air stirring petals and leaves, making them dance and sway. I was listening to the bird song and to their flight paths, and the hum of bees and cicadas. Through all this, my 2 dear cats were keeping me company. I wrote about them too. For November, I must be improving. This morning when I awoke and lifted the blinds in my bedroom to say hello to the garden, I felt happy to be starting another day. Flowers are bursting out everywhere. Beside the gravel path beyond the kitchen window, the little stars of porcelain blue symphytum are winking from a border of old-fashioned Johnson's blue geraniums and the occasional wand of white aquilegia. I love this moment before the day begins, the pause before the action starts. It seems in this space there is brimming potential. We can begin again, try to do better, be more loving and gracious. Listen more. As I turned to leave the room, I spotted the flicker of a little fantail in flight, the pee-waka waka, like a shuttlecock tossed lightly into the air. If I have one message for you, it is that you need never feel alone, no matter how insurmountable the obstacles. There is always help and solace out there in abundance. It's a matter of looking, asking, reaching out, being receptive, and giving yourself to life.